celebrate the start of our new partnership with Phoenix. So without further ado, let's get into week 156 with Pamaboy123 on LeBlanc. At the start, we see her catch the enemy Thresh with his pants down, dropping him insanely low. After a nice play, he retreats back to his teammate as she stays in range waiting for Distortion to come off cooldown. Having no immediate CC, she sticks right behind him, grabs the kill, and now we watch closely as she pulls out some next level mini dodges on his Q, grabbing the double kill. Let's watch that one more time, but this time in slow-mo as we pay close attention to the reactivation on Distortion and her ultimate to just barely dodge 2 Qs in a row, granting her the double kill. Moving along into our number 4 play, we turn the tables and now we're rooting for I Love Smarties on Yasuo as he takes on 2 enemy champions at once. Right at the start, we see the friendly Rammus go down after a nice counter gank by Lee Sin, and now Yasuo is left in a 1v2 as he backs off from Diana for now. All of a sudden, he sees an opening and dashes into his Q, securing the kill and then piecing out with another dash. With a tornado ready, he moves in and exchanges briefly with Lee Sin before using Sweeping Blade to continue kiting. By moving around with his E, he not only quickly stacks up flow, but also slowly pokes down Lee Sin with his Q until the tornado is back up and he can fight him toe to toe. After a lot of close calls and a nice juke on Sonic Wave, he sees an opening and lines up his Q, picking up his second kill in this play. Lee Sin is widely known to be one of the most mobile champions in the game, but give Yasuo a creep wave and he'll put that statement to rest. Until we get to our number 2 play. Coming in at our number 3 spot, we have OMG WTF 2012 on Zilean with an awesome save and escape. Right off the bat, we see the friendly Malzahar get jumped on as Zilean makes it just in time to ult him as he dies, bringing Malz back to life despite the buggy Zanyas. After speeding him out, he makes his way back to the fight as the friendly Yasuo gets jumped on, but a great time warp slows the enemy Yasuo tremendously. Then he Ws to reset the cooldown on time warp to speed up his teammate and get him out of the fight just as LeBlanc arrives. Despite a beautiful slowdown on Lee Sin, his teammates are recalling and Gragas goes down, so now he's outnumbered and decides it's time to book it. As the rest of this plays on, we see Zilean utilize 40% cooldown reduction, time warp, and rewind to constantly speed himself up and to get his ultimate back off cooldown. Ladies and gentlemen, feast your eyes on CDR capped Zilean. Scoring in at our second place spot, we have SG Vespron on Lee Sin. At the start, we see blue team down around 5,000 gold after picking up Baron, and with Annie out of position, they sweep in and pick up the free kill. Having the fresh Baron buffs, they start pushing out the lane to go for the mid tower as we speed things up, and out of nowhere, a fight erupts in the middle of the lane, and Lee Sin rushes over to help out. He safeguards in and E's Shaco as he makes his way to the enemy Riven to try and grab the kill, but unfortunately, the Shaco box fears him just in time, forcing him to back off. He then lands Sonic Wave and goes in on Akali, dropping her low as she flashes away and then comes back in, but he gets the kill anyways, using Tempest to see her despite the Shroud. Left in a 1v2, he finishes off Riven and then immediately starts running away from the enemy Ezreal. He knows he has to get out his juke boots in order to escape a Triforce blue buff Ezreal, so he Qs to a minion and then W's out to create some distance, but Ezreal stays right on his tail with Arcane Shift. He stalls for a moment until his Q comes back up and then he goes over the wall onto Wraiths, but Ezreal flashes over. Watch carefully now as he reads Ezreal perfectly and anticipates the Mystic shot by waiting for Ezreal to have a clear shot at him and safeguarding to the ward to dodge it. The chase continues as he gets lower and lower, but as he turns the corner, he lines up another Q, completely juking out the Ezreal one last time. Having no more gap closers left, Ezreal falls behind as he escapes off into the enemy jungle. And for our number 1 pro play for this week, we have Necromancer on support Thresh, saving his base when no one else can. We start things in the heat of battle as he does whatever he possibly can to peel the enemy Shyvana off of his AD carry, and despite an amazing effort, the enemy Vi ults her under the tower for the kill and then barely escapes. Being the last man standing for his team, the enemy Ziggs gets antsy and dives him for the ace and guaranteed win, but the towers mow him down as Necromancer gets away. As he heals up, the enemy team continues to push, and now we see he's left in a 1v3. At this point in the game, Vayne can easily lifesteal through the damage, so he knows he has to fight them with the help of his towers or he can't stop their push. He also knows that he can't get caught out for any reason because if he trades 1 for 1, he still loses the game, so he waits patiently for the best opportunity to go all in. After the first tower goes down, he plays more aggressive and runs into range of Shyvana's Sunfire Cape, making the tower switch to her, but it's not enough to get the kill. Having nothing to lose, he goes all in on Leona as they switch their focus to him, but he somehow manages to escape with a flash despite her ultimate, but more importantly, this baits Vayne close enough to the fountain, and he sees his opening, landing a miracle hook for the kill on Vayne. Since Leona died at the same time to creeps, he wastes no time and goes for Shyvana, picking up the 1v3 triple while saving his Nexus. By remaining patient, looking for openings, and most importantly, not giving up, he does the impossible and wins this game for his team. And for the bonus clip of the week, we have All-Pro Ninja 8 on Amumu with a huge BM play that helps pull his team back into the game and eventually take the win. We see him walking around and then all of a sudden nothing. By pretending to be AFK, he lures in Corki as we see his team coming down mid to follow up. As the rest of this clip plays on, I wanted to announce that we are now sponsored by Phoenix, and this means some amazing things for our channel. We'll be doing 2 giveaways that will take place in 2 random top 5s every single month. So to kickstart the sponsorship off, this episode will be the first of 2 giveaways for the month of February. And on top of that, this episode will be a